Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and today is Sunday, November 10th, 2024. This is our weekly check-in. So welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been here before. We are checking in on the energies for the week of November 10th, and the next day is 11/11, and so that's a great energy and a great number because we have the opportunity to really step in and create something new for ourselves. And 11/11, 111 is always reminding us that the angels are with us. They are supporting us and guiding us. And if you need any extra support, even though they're always with you, you have to give them permission. Ask them to come along with you and help you in maybe something you're going through, or just to be with you because you want them to be with you. We're going to pull our 3 cards today, but I would like to begin because this past week's energy has definitely been something heavy. And so I want to call upon Archangel Michael, and I want to just ask him what we need to know on a general level for the collective. So we're going to start with that card, and then we're going to pull our 3 cards. Just a little housekeeping to remind you that since we're in November, the weekend of Black Friday, I'm going to be setting up some promotions. So make sure you're checking your emails because I do send blogs, and I'm not sure if everybody gets them because they might go into your junk or spam mail. So please do me a favor and check for that because there will be some sales going on. And additionally, I'm going to be setting some dates for Reiki classes. And don't forget, if you want to do the soul forecast for 2025, you need to get on the calendar. So reach out to me so that we can make sure that you have a spot to get your forecast done. All right, 3 cards came flying out. So let's start with the first one. Change is coming. So yes, as we have been discussing, we have been working on this for a long time, since 2020. And I keep seeing the number 222, and it just popped up on my phone here as well. So 222 is all about getting into balance. And part of the collective, what has been going on, the changes that have been occurring, is that we are dropping heavy energies, dense energies, and more light has been coming onto the earth. And what the light does is it really reflects very brightly all of the darkness, all of the corruption going on in your own life, going on around you, outside of yourself, going on in the world stage. And so now we have hit a point where we're coming to 11/11, 2024. We have the opportunity to step through the doorway of change. Change of beliefs, change of the way that you behave in a situation, change for your relationships, change for the world, change for, on a spiritual level, the fact that we are stepping out of 3-dimensional living and we are stepping into, and have been stepping into, 5-dimensional living. And that sometimes goes over people's heads. So all I want to say to you about that is it's more about living in your heart and living out of the logical mind. As a society, and I if I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but the more that I say it, eventually it will definitely get to more and more people. Think about your life, no matter what age you are. How do you typically make a decision? You're logical. You go into the head. You're analytical, data-driven. You're not really feeling what it will feel like if you decide A versus B. You're not really going into the heart when you're in an argument because you want to feel before you want to speak. You just say because it's all that's going on in that mind chatter in your head. 5-dimensional, 3-dimensional. We are stepping into 5-dimensional way of being on this earth. And that is going to show up in all of these systems that have been corrupt, that are breaking down. And there's so many. It looks so different. We have no idea what it's actually going to look like, but it's definitely changing. And so Michael first wants to say, I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So you may not be feeling like you're excited about it. You may not be feeling joy about this, but try your best to envision positive opportunities for you, for your family, for your loved ones, for your friends, for your community, for the world. Because change is coming whether you want it to or not. So that's the first card. And if you see butterflies, that's your confirmation that change is coming into your personal life. The second card that came out is increase your knowledge. And the card says education brings opportunities. Maybe take a course, maybe pick up a book, maybe find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs for you to know. So again, we've gone through a lot. The energies have been heavy. You may be happy about the results of the US election. You may be sad or devastated by those results. I invite you to open up your mind to a different perspective, a higher perspective, a bigger picture. No matter how you're feeling, you may be happy about it, but you may still have some concerns. You may be devastated about it, but there's a piece of you inside of you that's like, maybe it's not going to be so bad. That's just an example, but this is a big thing that's been going on in the world, so that's why I'm bringing it up. I want you to look at it from a higher perspective. Maybe do your research. Maybe think about how you have limited your beliefs. And I want you to take that idea, that concept, and if there's something going on in your personal life, I want you to do the same thing. We have been going through so much because we have been encouraged to grow as a species. The evolution of the human consciousness. We are ascending. We are raising our vibration, which is another way of saying we're going from 3D to 5D. How do you raise your vibration? By coming more into your feeling energy, your feeling body, your emotional body, not just the mental and the physical, but how about we really start bringing in the emotional and the spiritual? Because that has been shunned for so long. It's time. Are you willing to open yourself up to receive that concept and to start to dabble in it or to start to learn more about it if you're already dabbling? And then the third card, and probably the most important card for everyone right now, because no matter where you're at, there's some level of this in all of us. Your loved ones are safe. Let go of your fears and worry for your loved ones because Michael is looking after them. If you're concerned about anything, call upon Michael and he will help you work through it. You can also ask Archangel Michael to protect you, your living space, your car, and any of your family members as well. All right, let's pull our 3 cards now. Choose your card, 1, 2, or 3. Here's card number 1. Freedom. The card says, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. We are all freeing ourselves. And that's why Increase Your Knowledge is such an important card for everybody, because free yourself from the jail cell that you have put yourself in, or free yourself from the limitations that you have put upon yourself. Or free yourself from a relationship or a situation that you've been in for way too long, and it's time for you to step out of it. Whatever resonates for you in terms of freedom, it is time for you to realize that you are free. You are free to be you. And maybe you've held yourself back for so long for fear of people not liking you, for people-pleasing purposes, for just not feeling comfortable to be yourself. But this evolution is also about you really feeling into how you really feel, not what's outside of you, what's going on inside of you. And it takes time for you to go inward consistently or daily, in order for you to really hear your higher self's voice, for you to learn about who who you really are. It's not like a one-day thing or a 1-month thing, or you come for a Reiki session, you have an angel card reading, and now you know. It's not like that. It's something you have to put into practice. And you, as you put it into practice, I've been doing this since 2014, you just learn so much more about yourself and so much more about yourself, because we are very deep. So how much do you really know about yourself, and are you willing to increase your knowledge about you? Change is coming. What do you want to change in your life? Talk to God and to the angels and ask them to help you with this as well. Let's pull card number 2. Loss. So this card is one card. The card number 1 is all about feeling free, but card number 2, people are probably feeling a loss of some sort. Or if we're talking about the elections, maybe you're feeling a loss of the way you think things are going to be now versus how they've been. Maybe you've actually lost somebody. Maybe you just feel this loss inside of yourself, or you're grieving the old version of yourself, and you're not really like being able to put it into words, but you feel this energy of loss regardless, even though you haven't lost anything. So let's read the card. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. And again, that's what we're talking about. We want to get out of the head, we want to get into the heart, but sometimes when we start to put this into practice and we go more into the heart, we're like at a battle with ourselves, because the head, the ego, this is where the ego resides. The heart is where spirit resides. They start fighting because the higher self, the heart, the spirit, is coming up and rising up and wanting to really come out and show you who you truly are authentically. Free you from the barriers that you have had around yourself because you spend so much time in your ego and or your logical mind. So you will feel some sort of a loss of the old. But remember that with the great loss comes this change, comes this newness. And remember that Michael said, be excited about this, be joyous about this, because there is new coming into your life. And you can't even imagine what it is, because it's far better than you would ever think. So will you open yourself up to see, to be curious, to see what is actually coming your way? But with that said, if you're feeling any kind of loss, we want you to actually feel into it. You don't want to ignore and shove it under the rug, but instead you want to bring it out so that you can bring it up, work through it, so that you can release it. And card number 3, people. Flow. Allow me, the divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and with peace. And so think of water, think of waves, they just flow. And essentially what we are working towards in this evolution and on individual levels is being able to flow with the ebbs and the flows of the energy, even if it's hard. But in a way, the more that you go into your heart, you find an inner peace that you can't find outside of yourself. And the only way to truly find that is to do it daily, consistently. Going inward, even if it's 5 minutes a day, tuning into what your heart feels, what your heart wants, what your heart needs, nurturing yourself. And look at the card, the last card that comes. Look at this, is just unbelievable. Okay? More prayer. Prayer from the heart. What are we talking about? Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine, to the angels with your heart's concerns. Watch miracles unfold. Because your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being received from the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps, like we just discussed, in a different form than you expected. So finally, trust your angels. Call upon the angels. the spirit guides, God, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, any spirit guides of divine white light to help you. Have a great week, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.